The sun shone brightly over the suburban neighborhood as colorful balloons bobbed in the gentle breeze. Laughter filled the air at the Johnsons' backyard, where children darted between tables laden with sweets and party favors. Amidst the joyful chaos, a cheerful clown named Jingles made his grand entrance, his oversized shoes squeaking with every exaggerated step. His face was a canvas of vibrant paints, eyes sparkling with warmth as he juggled crimson balls and twisted balloons into whimsical shapes. The kids gathered around him, eyes wide with wonder, except for Tommy. At 8 years old, Tommy was the ringleader of mischief, his freckled nose crinkling with a sly grin. With a subtle nod, he rallied a group of giggling children to play pranks on the unsuspecting clown. They tied his shoelaces together, squirted him with water guns, and swapped his props with trick items. Jingles chuckled good-naturedly, but as the antics escalated, a shadow of hurt flickered across his painted smile. The merriment took a dark turn when a makeshift obstacle tripped Jingles, sending him stumbling toward a table. Unbeknownst to anyone, a sharp knife lay hidden among the strewn partyware, a careless oversight in the whirlwind of festivities. The clown fell face first, and a collective gasp silenced the crowd as he lay motionless. Panic rippled through the guests, adults rushed forward, and children stood frozen with wide eyes. Tommy's heart pounded in his chest, a mix of thrill and fear, until the reality of the situation sank in. Jingles was gone, his laughter silenced forever by a cruel twist of fate. The authorities deemed it a tragic accident, but whispers spread among the adults about the children's role in the event. In the aftermath, the clown community, a close-knit troupe adorned in rainbow hues and shared secrets, mourned their lost friend. In their grief, they performed a clandestine ritual, an ancient invocation whispered under a moonless sky, hoping to bring Jingles back. But some doors once opened can never be closed. 16 years later, the town had all but forgotten that fateful day, the incident fading into the murky depths of suppressed memories. Tommy, now a lanky teenager with tousled hair and a tentative smile, stood in his new home's grand living room. Boxes cluttered the space, but his focus was on planning the ultimate party. A chance to start fresh and perhaps atone for past mistakes that still gnawed at the edges of his conscience. Invitations were sent, decorations were hung, and music playlists were curated with meticulous care. Yet, as the day approached, odd occurrences began to unsettle him. He found a balloon animal twisted into a grotesque shape on his doorstep, and faint echoes of distant laughter lingered in the hallways at night. Shrugging it off his nerves, Tommy pushed forward, determined not to let anything ruin his plans. The night of the party arrived, and the house brimmed with life. Friends mingled, music thumped, and the atmosphere buzzed with youthful energy. Amidst the revelry, a hush fell as the door swung open to reveal an unfamiliar figure. Jingles stood there, but he was changed. His once bright costume was tattered and dull, his face paint cracked to reveal sallow skin beneath. Eyes that once glimmered with joy now burned with a cold, eerie light. He moved silently through the crowd, and wherever he passed, the lights flickered, and the air grew chill. Guests exchanged uneasy glances, but before they could react, the party spiraled into a nightmare. Harmless games twisted into terrifying ordeals. A game of pin the tail on the donkey turned into blindfolded guests stumbling through a maze of dangers, and the punch bowl frothed with the sinister smoke that sent those who drank it into hallucinations of their deepest fears. Screams replaced laughter as Jingles orchestrated the chaos, his haunting tricks exacting revenge on the unsuspecting teenagers. Amid the pandemonium, Tommy realized with dawning horror the identity of the malevolent force. Memories of that childhood party flashed before him. The pranks, the fall, the blood-stained knife. Guilt engulfed him as he navigated the treacherous halls of his own home, now warped into a funhouse of terror. He confronted twisted reflections in distorted mirrors and evaded grasping hands emerging from shadowed corners. Finally, he found himself face to face with Jingles in the dimly lit basement. The clown loomed over him, a specter of vengeance. "Why?" Tommy's voice trembled. Jingles tilted his head, a sinister grin stretching across his face. "You took my laughter," the clown hissed. "Now I'll take yours." Summoning his courage, Tommy pleaded for forgiveness, tears streaming down his face. He acknowledged the pain he had caused and the life that was lost due to his childish cruelty. The basement rattled as the spiritual energy peaked, the boundaries between the living and the dead wavering. In that raw moment of remorse, something shifted. The oppressive atmosphere lightened slightly, and Jingles' menacing demeanor faltered. The haunting illusions began to fade, the house gradually returning to its normal state. The other guests, disoriented but unharmed, found their way out of the house into the safety of the night. Jingles regarded Tommy with a lingering gaze, the anger in his eyes tempered by a hint of sadness. "Some shadows never fade," he whispered before dissipating into a wisp of smoke, carried away by an unseen breeze. Tommy stood alone in the quiet basement, the weight of his past actions heavy upon him. The ordeal had ended, but the scars remained, a solemn reminder of the consequences of cruelty and the ghosts that such actions can awaken. As dawn broke, he emerged into the light, resolved to confront his demons and seek a path toward redemption, forever changed by the harrowing encounter.